what went through your head first?
Foot fetish.
Okay, okay. Now, why was that? Why would that come up?
I don't know. That instantly just popped in my head. I know a few guys who do have a foot fetish,
Okay,
and I thought that's where it was going.
okay. What are your thoughts on that? When have they ever given you a compliment about like your feet at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I've had conversations with a few guys about how they fetishize feet. It doesn't make me uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's just something, to know. And they weren't really ashamed or feeling like scared about it. So they were really confident, like this is something I like. And I was like, okay, that's something I can respect. It's not hurting anybody.
Okay.
So it doesn't really bother me.
Okay. Okay. So why did you say yes to the interview?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
All right. Well, again, I appreciate it. So, let me just bring a little context. So, again, I've always had an affection for women's feet. I know there are guys out there that do as well. So my videos provide that way to see how someone approaches a random amateur, such as yourself, and just get that reaction, that raw kind of reaction about the subject matter. It's kind of taboo out there. It's a little, people might say it's weird. So really my job is to go out there and really kind of break that barrier down and really just have that conversation. What do you think about all that?
I think it is something to touch base on. Well, I know some people who don't like it. I actually know some women who like, getting their feet toe sucked and stuff like that, and they enjoy it. And I think it's something, if it's not really hurting you, then I don't think it should be something to be ashamed about. I definitely know women, and both women and men who enjoy that.
Okay.
So to me, it's not weird, and it really doesn't bother me. So it's just basically like, if it's not gonna put me in any harm's way, then why should I be feeling disgusted about it? Or why should I have to shame you in something you like to do, as long as it's not hurting anybody? And my other thing, as long as kids are not involved, it's perfectly fine with me.
That's a great perspective. What do you think about your feet?
Honestly, they're okay.
Okay, they're okay. Okay.
They're okay. My feet hurt. I just been at work. And
Okay.
With the pandemic and everything, I haven't really been anywhere. So I'm like,
Just kind of there. They give me.
I've been doing like my own at-home self-care for my feet.
Huh?
So it's about that time for a nice foot peel.
Yeah.
A nice
Okay.
pedicure.
Absolutely. How often do you get pedicures?
Well, before the pandemic, it used to be about every month and a half.
Okay.
But now I'm just like, I was kind of uncomfortable just commuting it out here before getting vaccinated. But now it's like, okay, I'm thinking about just going back, but I'm still unsure yet.
Okay. Okay. How often do you wear sandals?
Ooh, it usually used to be every day during the summertime.
Okay. Sure.
So just out there.
Right.
But like where I work out now, I need some comfortable shoes.
Okay. I see the foot. We'll get to the flats later, but okay. So again, you mentioned though you've never really gotten compliments. Have you gotten compliments on your feet before? I think you said no, not really
Not
from
really.
those. Okay.
Yeah, not from those people.
Let's say if a stranger did approach you and they did give you a compliment, how would you take that about your feet?
Tell them thank you.
Okay, so just treat it as a regular compliment. Okay. So what do you think about guys that are really into women's feet? They want to massage them, they want to rub on them, they want to kiss on them, lick on them, smell them. What do you think about that?
I said as long as the person's comfortable with it and as long as they get consent that it's okay, then that's fine. But if they just do it without making sure that person's comfortable with it, or if they gave them the okay, then that's something to really think into. Like, don't just do it. Just don't do it.
Right.
I first ask to make sure it's okay with that person.
Okay. So what I'm getting ultimately, that'd be something you'd be receptive to. The compliment, you wouldn't look at it as off or weird. Okay. Can we see what your feet look like outside of the shoes?
Right now? No.
Yeah, right now.
Uh-uh.
Why not?
Well, one, my left foot, I'm not gonna lie, I hit my toe on my left foot, so the nail is broken.
Okay, some injuries there, okay. So, part of also what I'm learning out there is other than the anxiety part, there's another mental health aspect to it. So, there's a practice out there, DBT. Have you ever heard of it at all?
No.
Okay, so it's dialectical behavioral therapy. I'm learning this out there as well. Basically, the technique is, if you do have an anxiety towards, let's say, meeting someone new, approaching strangers, it tells you to do that over and over and over again to the point where you're dealing with it and coping with those feelings of, should I not? And basically it asks you and bringing what you brought back up, is there a threat to my life, threat to my safety? If there isn't, DBT tells you to proceed forward and ultimately not missing anything out of life. You're enjoying life to the fullest. So, what do you think about that?
It's a very interesting thing to look into. Actually, I think that's a very interesting thing to look into, especially with not just fetishes, but maybe it can be something for other stuff. Like you can deal with, other things that may be taboo to other people or to society, that they should be able to look into. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So, with showing your feet, what would be the worst thing that could happen? We're on a bus, pretty much just you and me, driver. What would be the worst that could happen if you were to show both of your feet?
To show both of my feet?
Yeah.
Oh. Worst thing, be harassed.
Okay. By who?
It depends. It could be anybody, honestly.
Okay, so you're talking more of the online presence, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just some of the stuff was just pretty interesting to know.
Okay.
Kind of puts an idea into your head about how there's ways out there for people to find solutions to things that they like without having to be extremely anxious or second guessing, second thinking, constant thinking about stuff, or feels like, is this wrong? I think that's gives you more introspective introspective things that can really help somebody.
Modifications.
I feel like before starting the interview, I feel maybe asking the person, is it okay to film their feet before actually starting the interview? I think that kind of just took me off for a moment.
Okay.
And then I think other than that, I think it was pretty straightforward. With the topic and stuff which you discussed.
Okay, perfect. And just to touch on that, a lot of this is really to get that pop-up reaction, to kind of see in the moment, living in the moment, what is that raw reaction out the gate. But I definitely hear exactly what you're saying for sure to even get to that point. So I thank you very much for your energy.
Well, I hope your channel does take off.
Okay.
I hope it reaches people that, if they do have not just I honestly don't think just a foot fetish, but any other fetish that people feel taboo about or feel like it's disgusting. I hope it reaches out to people to give them more confidence, as long as it's not hurting anybody, and as long as there aren't children involved, then hey, go for it.
Absolutely agreed. Well, hey, I thank you very much. We're signing out. Wave goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any thoughts? What are some thoughts going through the brain today? You definitely didn't know this was happening today.
No, caught me off guard.
Okay.